My friends, let's talk about happiness for a moment. It's something we all want, something we all seek. But in our frantic rush through life, we often overlook the simplest truth. Happiness is not found in the future. It's not something that comes from external achievements. It's found within us, in the way we live, in the way we choose to think. We live in a world where hurry and worry dominate. We hurry to get things done. We worry about what could happen. But in the end, what do these things truly give us? More stress, more anxiety, more exhaustion. We've all been there, haven't we? We wake up, and it's the same cycle over and over, rush, rush, rush. But today, I want to share with you an idea that has stood the test of time, a philosophy that can help us break free from this madness. Epicurus, an ancient philosopher, taught us something simple, yet profound. Happiness doesn't come from external circumstances. It comes from within through the control of our thoughts and actions. Live simply, he said, asterisk, and focus on the pleasures that come from being present. Asterisk. Now let me ask you something. When was the last time you truly allowed yourself to rest? Without guilt, without the weight of unfinished tasks hanging over you? We often forget that we can have a balance between work and rest. That's exactly what Epicurus believed. He said, work with all your might when it's time to work. And when it's time to rest, leave your work behind. Don't let the worries of your day invade your peace. It's like this. There's a story of Winston Churchill, one of history's greatest leaders. Even in the midst of the darkest days of World War II, when he was under immense pressure, when the world seemed on the edge of collapse, Churchill understood the value of rest. He would take afternoon naps without guilt, knowing that his mind needed that moment to recharge. He knew that without rest, there could be no victory. And when it was time to work, he gave it everything he had. Epicurus also taught us to stop living in regret. We often get stuck in our past, replaying mistakes over and over in our minds, as if we could change them. But that's the thing about regret. It serves no purpose. It only holds us back. In the future is no different. We often worry about things that may never happen. We borrow trouble. Fear and anxiety take root long before we ever face the challenge. One of the greatest examples of this comes from the life of Abraham Lincoln. Lincoln carried the weight of the nation on his shoulders during the Civil War. But despite the overwhelming pressure, he understood that worrying about the future before it arrived would only paralyze him. Instead, he focused on what he could do in the present moment. And that, my friends, is why he is remembered as one of the greatest leaders in history. Here's the hard truth. If you are unhappy today, it's not because of your circumstances. It's because of the way you're choosing to think about those circumstances. We all have the power to change our mindset. We all have the ability to choose happiness right now. And let me tell you, happiness is not some distant, unattainable goal. It's available to you every single day in the simple choices you make, in the way you live, in the way you think. Imagine a day lived with purpose, a day where you rise with energy, where you focus on your work, and then when it's time for rest, you fully embrace it. You take joy in simple pleasures, whether it's a walk in the park, a meal with your loved ones, or a quiet moment to reflect. You stop fearing the future. You stop regretting the past. You live fully in the present. That's the Epicurean way. And it's not a dream. It's a choice. You can have it. You just have to pay the price. The price of happiness is simple. Discipline. The discipline to cut off useless regrets. The discipline to banish unnecessary worries. The discipline to live in the present. History has shown us time and again that this is not just some theory. It's real. It works. Take Theodore Roosevelt. The man was relentless in his work. Yet he always made time for adventure. He would climb mountains, ride horses, and dive into life with an intensity that was unmatched. And in doing so, he maintained his health, his energy, and his joy. He understood that happiness is something we must actively pursue by making the right choices each day. And that's the beauty of this philosophy. It's not about being perfect. It's about progress. It's about making the conscious choice to live intentionally, to create a life where happiness is not an accident, but a result of how we choose to think, how we choose to live. So, I challenge you today, don't let the worry and rush of life take over. Stop living in regret and fear. Take a deep breath. Choose to live fully in the present. Focus on the simple pleasures around you. Embrace the wisdom of Epicurus, the Stoics, and those who came before us. Happiness is waiting for you. It's not a distant dream. It's right here, right now, and it's yours for the taking, as soon as you make the decision to embrace it. Remember, happiness is not a luxury. It's a choice. And the price of happiness is not high. It's simply the price of living wisely. So let's choose it today, together, right now. Thank you.